Uvaženi posjetioci, slijedi promocija partnerskih festivala DISTOPICON, a Romanian bid for 2021 Eurocon, o kome će govoriti Darius Hupov, kao i Simona Hupov, kao i promocija Speakers and Electronic Music Festival in Temišvara iz Rumunije. Uživajte, izvolite.
Hello, dear friends. Dragi prijatelji, su sretni što su danas odbije. I'm very glad to be here, that's what I said, and I hope I said it right. I will begin this presentation with a story, because we like stories even if we are adults. Our story together begins 25 years ago, in 1994, when in Temišvar was organized Eurocon. And Darius was in the organizing committee. It was a very successful Eurocon in Temišvar with more than 1,500 people. And for us, the Romanian, after the revolution, was a great show. But this is not what I want to say, because Darius will tell you more. I want to say about us, about our history together, about our achievements through these 25 years. We have a daughter. We have 2 businesses fulfilled. We have an association together that promotes festivals and personal development for kids and adults. And this association will organize the Eurocon if we win, but no matter who wins, because Italians are great, so even they win, it's okay. This association will organize Eurocon in 2021. We work very good as a team, and we have with us lots of friends in Temišvar. We work in television, in radio, so mass media will be near us. And that's why Eurocon, I think that will be great. But the committee in Belfast will have a very, very hard job to do, because Italian Eurocon and the Romanian Eurocon will be, let's say, different. So it will be their choice about who wins. Let's say again, no matter who wins, it will be a great Eurocon. And now I let Darius to talk, because I'm very emotional.
Hello friends, I'm very glad that I'm here in BIJELO to know you better, to know the science fiction scene in Montenegro, and of course as a guest to promote our bid for the Eurocon. So, I will also tell you a story that is important in order to understand why we are bidding and what was the process of development of this project. 5 years ago, in 2014, I began to broadcast the first Romanian science fiction and fantasy podcast. It's called in Romanian Galaxia Imaginarium. And here on the right you have some of the people who contributed at the beginning of this project. There were over 20 people in different fields and specialization related to science fiction. In 2016 was launched an international edition called the Galactic Imaginarium. It hosted from the beginning interviews and discussion with some important names in the scene of science fiction in Europe. There were writers, there were event organizers, there were fans. this year, in 2019, we have won the prize for the best radio show at the Romanian National Convention, Eurocon. It was a big moment for the podcast because this way our achievements were to see for everybody that it is an important show and it wants to be even more important in the near future. Also, in 2019 was the year when it was made the first big step towards a dream of mine, to organize a science fiction short film festival. The Association of Complementary Education that Simona talked about a few minutes ago signed a protocol with Dumbrăvița Mayor Office to organize each year a science fiction and fantasy film festival. This is a proposal of a poster because it's not yet in a final graphic way.
To complete you, Dumbrăvița is an area, a residential area near Timișoara, 5-10 minutes by bus to the Timișoara center, and we signed with the mayor office of Dumbrăvița a protocol for this film and for Eurocon and so on.
Yes, I will talk about this later. This is our logo for the film festival, and it will be held in May or June each year. Also, the mayor office offered their support for the BIS to organize in parallel with the film festival Eurocon in 2021. The theme of the Eurocon will be Dystopia, and the name will be DISTOPICON, and you can see here our poster for the bid, also here in printed form. And it's important to say that during that period, if you win the bid for the Eurocon, will also take place another festival. This time it's an electronic music festival called Spacer, which is organized with the contribution of two of the most active members of our science fiction club in Timișoara, which is the Helion Science Fiction Club. And they are beginning to organize this festival in 2019. It's a prototype edition, and it's called Mooniverse, and it's dedicated to the 50 years of anniversary of the 50 years of a man on the moon. It will be a music festival that it's with electronic music, so this kind of music is very near to the concept of the science fiction and the science fiction world. So, what makes our bid great? As Simona said, Dumbrăvița is a small satellite town which continues with Timișoara. It's glued to Timișoara, and as you probably know, Timișoara will be in 2001 the European capital of culture. You can get from the center of the town, from the center of Dumbrăvița, in the center of Timișoara in 10 minutes by public transport, by bus. As I said, in 2021, if you will win the bid, you have a package of 3 events in one place. You have DISTOPICON, the Eurocon convention. You will have a science fiction short film festival, which will be at the 2nd edition because the 1st edition will be next year, and an electronic music festival. But also it will be the place of other outside Arctic science fiction related happenings for participants, but also for the local community, like it was in 1994 when there were 1,500 participants. It was a big event because all the local community in Timișoara was involved involved in this kind of festival, and it was like a city celebration of science fiction. We will have from the mayor office, the culture house is the main venue, which is quite new and will have the capacity of 500 plus participants. Also in that building will be another satellite rooms which will be used for the convention, for the logistics and for the other events that are taking place there. Very nearby, at 50 meters, is the multi-purpose hall, which mainly functions as a sports hall and which will host a large dealer's room for selling science fiction books, selling science fiction items, all kinds of shows and happenings. We have a very strong team which has large experience in organizing local, national and international science fiction events. These are part of the team. You can see here Daniel Mario, which is head of the, on the upper side, on the right, which is head of the web presence and databases. He has a firm dealing with these matters, so it's a professional help. You see Simona here. You see in the left down Cristian Vicol, which is our graphic designer, who designs these logos and posters, and also will design the flyers and all the printed materials. In the right down part is Christian Kons, which is the main location manager. He is a medical doctor. He has extensive experience in organizing events. So all the participants are in good hands. We will have a special approach, a special focus to provide cheap or even free accommodation, because nearby there are loans, in public loans, where there will be possible to accommodate specific area for free camping. The mayor office said that they will provide water, electricity and public toilets nearby for this kind of free accommodation. Also in the walking distance from Dumbrăvița Culture House, where is the main venue, there are hotels, hostels, restaurants, pizzeria in the center of Dumbrăvița. But for the participants' convenience, we will organize a food alley with local food vendors just nearby the venues for those who want to take a quick bite between events.
Well, I can complete this because in Dumbrăvița there are several local producers, and we encourage homemade food and local products as fruits, vegetables and so on, and everything will be
organic and fresh, locally produced. Another big advantage is that you can take a short trip of 10 minutes and go to the center of the town in Temišvar, where there are lots of touristic opportunities there, including a plethora of bistros, pubs and bars. There are guides who organize pub crawls there. There are very nice thematic pubs in Timișoara. Also, the food is delicious. You can eat Romanian and international. We can have Romanian and international menu in Dumbrăvița at very competitive prices, lower than Timișoara, because, as I said, it's a satellite town. There are plenty of places to eat and socialize. This is one of the main attractions to the Eurocon, to get together with friends, to make networking, to feel good and have a nice nice time out. A little about our program. It will be oriented toward European writers, fans and science fiction event organizers. We will have panel for those areas, and we will take a great pleasure to promote networking opportunities for Balkan and East European writers, fans and science fiction event organizers. We are doing this to make a counter-offer to the other Eurocons, which are mainly focused on English and English-speaking writers and promoters and so on. We know this is very important because, as you can see here, there are rising stars in event organizing and rising stars as science fiction writers and authors in this part of Europe, in the eastern part of Europe. And these people deserve to be promoted and to be heard all over Europe. And the Eurocon is a good opportunity to promote these creators.
I want also to complete this. Our Eurocon, besides these panels and scientific projects and participants and writers, will concentrate on the average people. We will have many activities with local communities, with adults and kids, and not only with our guests, but with all people in community. We'll organize contests, we will have prizes, and everybody will be involved in this Eurocon.
One of the important features is that Romania is very well placed for the East European fans. There are cheap way of transfer by bus or even by plane, and we take great pride in the fact that the Temišvar airport is only 5 kilometers away from Dubrovica. Taxis are cheap, and you can even come from the airport to Dubrovica by taxi, but if you choose, you can do it even cheaper by using the local bus service. DISTOPICON will be a great opportunity for writers, fans and science fiction event organizers to meet and develop connection. This is one of the main reasons that Eurocon is organized, but also we will focus on having fun and relaxing moments, because it's also part of the tradition of the Eurocon to come and have nice moments when you meet your friends and other people involved in this domain. So this concludes my first presentation. After that, just now I will do the second presentation, which is in connecting with the first one. It's about the Spacers Electronic Music Festival. Unfortunately, one of my colleagues didn't had the opportunity to come due to personal problems, so I will make a presentation in his place. Let's navigate to the other presentation. So, as I said, the presentation is as I said, the presentation is about the Spacers Electronic Music Festival, which is organized by 2 of our club members, science fiction club members in Temišvar. Initially, this was part of the Eurocon program, but after discussions, we thought that it is better for them to have a separate event that will become an annual event, an annual electronic music event. So they were initially part of our team, organizing team from the Eurocon, but now they are a sister or brother event that is organized in the same place and time as the Eurocon. They have, as you will see, they have a special approach to this kind of festival. It's not only an electronic music festival, and it's more than that. They have some principles that you will see in this presentation, and they want to contribute to educate, to change opinions about the role of man in the society and the role of culture. One of the main themes of the festival will be the today situation that is growing more complex and worrying. It's about pollution, it's about resource depleting, and so on. So, they want to have an answer to all this situation, and not only the man-made problems that we are dealing with now, but also with other natural cataclysms. They want to help people to cope with future challenges like this, and they want to do that using the STEAM education concept to prepare humanity through science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. So they aim to complete the knowledge of institutional education through projects with young people and adults to transfer knowledge between generations. And this Bezos festival includes art, music, modeling, cosplay, to stimulate imagination, creativity, to discover motivation, competitiveness, and teamwork. As I said in my presentation, this year is the first prototype event. It's called Mooniverse. It's about the 50 years celebrates the 50 years from the first step of man on another celestial body. It's not a planet, it's a celestial body, the moon. And this year event, which is in June, July, it will include the exhibition of art created by students, philatelic exhibition, astronomical photography exhibitions, conferences followed by discussions, documentaries, music concerts and laser shows, extraterrestrial gastronomy. It's a very nice program panel with food that is made in movies with aliens and so on that try to recreate that kind of food. And it will be also a visit to the planetarium and star party with amazing telescopes, the local community of amateur astronomies and telescope club. So in 20th of July this year, this is another poster of the event. One of the organizers, Adrian, is also a graphic artist, and he's doing he did the logo and also these posters. So, and the festival will continue starting 2020 with all kinds of projects like technical, architectural and modeling, for architectural and modeling enthusiasts, robotics, cosplay, ecological art, comics, and not the least electronic music in the classical, ambient, retro, electro, synth, rock space and other genre. This event will be, as I said, in 2020. These are other art posters from the same guy. So, sorry, I will let them just to see it. It's nice artwork. So as you can see, it's not only an electronic music festival that is the core part, but are also satellite programs around it. There are also outside events like a bike competition. And of course, it's the obsession with space and space traveling. So, this is the presentation for the Spacers Electronic Music Festival, which will be also in the same area and the same time frame as DISTOPICON, if we will win the bid.
So, to conclude this discussion, Eurocon will not be Eurocon, but will be a multi-festival gathering in Temišvar and in Romanian. These are only 3 of the events that we tell you about, but there will be more because we are a cultural capital. So we hope that we will be able to make it great again because in 1994 was great. So we hope that to win, but if we are not, we are going to Italy. If they don't win, they will come in Romania. So the Eurocon in 2021 will be perfect. Thank you.
Yes, questions now?
Do you have a date? When, I mean, if it's the camping, it's in the summer, right?
Yes, it's the 13 to 16 May of 2021.
The middle of May.
Yes, the middle of May from Tuesday to Sunday.
In Romania, this period is a very good period, like Italian said. It's not hot, but it's the end of the spring. So it's nice, and it will be fun.
And also this date was chosen because in Romania the religious the religious
Easter.
Yes, the religion days, which are holidays, are very important. So the Romanian they stay at home or go to parents or even take a short vacation. So this is important to place the event when there are no religion celebration in Romania.
There are any questions? No.
Okay, thank you very much.